All right. I appreciate it. I guess just tell me when. Yeah, yep. This is the first board. I was coming back from Mexico on the airplane with Tim O'Connor, and these were waiting for me on my front doorstep. I started praying to God himself because the plane started almost going down. It was a little plane on the way back from Mexico to Newark Airport in Jersey. And I said, you know what, I can die. I can die after this flight. So I got home and it was a box of like 20 of these, and it was the best day of my life, pretty much. No, never, nope. This was Joe Castrucci that did this one. Yeah, at the Brooklyn Banks when I was about 16 or 17. I met him through my buddy Don Law and Fred Gall, and they told him to come to the Banks, Newport. In Newport, I met Joe Castrucci, and he came down to like check me out, and I was doing like nollie back nose wants to fakie and all that, and he's like, yeah, you can be Flo, I'll send you a box, and I was like, it ain't happening. 2 days later, a box showed up, and then I went to the Eatontown roller rink, and everybody's like, you're an alien, holy shit. And that was a really good time. Would I ride this right now? Yeah, 100%. This is 7.5 by 31.25. Still remember. Probably this one or the one right after this, because I switched back when they had the Love Gap in it, and everybody was riding it, Kerry and everybody. I don't know if I have a favorite graphic. Probably this one. Yeah, Josh's Love board. And there's a Josh orange and blue, and it was a 7.4. So that was pretty obnoxious that he did that, but I like that one too. This was the second. There's that or the airplane board I got here too. But this is the one that I've probably done most of my tricks in on video for like the DC video and stuff. This is the Switchback 180. Yeah. Switchback Smith down at Hubbard in Miami. This one. So yeah, this one means a lot to me. This is a good seller too. Oh, fuck. It might have been this one, I remember, and then once the World Trade Center hit, the board sales just went down immediately. We were getting insane checks. For being the way that I skate, I don't think anybody was getting paid like that. Now it's just up here or down here. It's like rich and poor. Back then, like, I could be a ledge skater and make 6 figures, you know? But yeah, this one was probably the best selling board. I mean, I had some really good months, but then once the World Trade Center got hit, nobody was making money on royalties. Yes, yeah. Yeah. I remember that like it was yesterday, man. I went to Philly on a random day with Ian Reed and my buddy Ian Reed, Sex Hood Skate. We went there just to hang out at Kerry's house, and I was too young to drink, so I took Kerry's passport, and me and Ian we went on night on the town, and we drank a few Grand Marniers pineapples and some Heinekens on Kerry's passport. And of course, I paid for the bill because he didn't have any money back then. So we went back to Kerry's house, went to sleep. I woke up, no hangover. Everything was perfect, no pain, nothing. Set this board up, right? It was this board, yeah. Set it up, put on new grip, did switchback 180s on flat at Love, did them down the 3-stair like for about 5 minutes, then immediately went to the Gap. No ollie, no nothing. I got the cover of Transworld, I got all the photo incentives, thousands from DC for that. Last trick in the DC video. It took probably like 30. Is that a lot? Yeah, and that's why I'm feeling it nowadays. That gap's ridiculous. I was just there the other day. Yeah, it's my only cover. Yeah. That was after 9/11 too, and I thought the cover would rate, like board sales would go through the roof, and they didn't even move. This board just went straight into the box in the attic and on the wall. Never skated it, but I got it on the wall of my house, and the broads love it because it's got cutie little butterflies on it. Yeah, I would never have okayed this, but I was psyched because Joe Castrucci did this, I think. And I don't know, I'd never skated this board. Where'd you guys get this board? You know what's funny? This thing went missing. In the summer, it went missing out of my bedroom. It ended up in the fucking UK. Dude, this is the only one I don't have. Yet another Joe Castrucci graphic. I did this with Beeble. I used this board and had a Habitat ad. It was Subtleties video for Transworld. And I did a switchback tail 360 shove it in Sacramento with this board. It was an ad for Habitat. And that was the only time I ever skated it. But this thing's brand new, man. You guys are blowing my mind right now. I thought for a minute it was the one that I had my best line of my life. It was in Santa Monica at, oh man, I don't know if the name of the school was John Adams. My friend Brian Atlas lived across the street. It was a fakie nose grind, switch front, blunt, switch tray flip, into the bank, switch back tail, 360 shove it. Yeah, into the bank, yep. I planned that one out, and then actually after I landed that, I went and shot pool with Jose Canseco in Santa Monica. That's a true story. So I don't know if anybody gives a shit, but that's what I did after I landed it. I can't fake smiles. I could have swore it was on my wall, but man, I don't know. I never skated this board. The first two boards you showed me, I skated them my whole deal with Alien and Habitat, the whole time, pretty much. Everything else I just kept and kept. I think I have this on the wall at home. If not, I don't have it. The gem. Yeah, my favorite video of all time. As you can see, I already have one in my back pocket. This is the best time of my life, I'd say, filming for this with everybody.
What day is today? I think today is there's 11 more days until Photosynthesis comes out. And I'm wondering what we should do about this. Should I go back and try this trick again for the 1,000th time? Or should I just sit here and fucking watch everybody skate? You know, this video bullshit has taken over my life.
I ran into Pat Corcoran the other day at Love Park. I watched his little part. I watched Tim O'Connor's little thing. Man, the last time I watched this video all the way through, we can't because we don't have a VHS thing at home. So I go on the Mosaic and then I do the DVD part. So it's been years, man. If you can believe it, this video is 17 years old. Half the tricks would still be good today in 2016, which I didn't realize until the other day. That's pretty fucking crazy, man. Like Pablo said, the day we met Fat Bill at the Seaport, and then just going nonstop to Love Park, living out in Philly with like $2 in my pocket, stealing shit from Wawa, and then the DC boxes and all this we came in. I mean, we were just skating nonstop, and Love Park was set up so perfect for me because switch backside tricks, that's my favorite tricks to do. So I had the 3-stair ledge, so I got to do switch back 5-0, shove it, switch back 5-0, back 180, switch back tail, shove it in line, switch back tail, big spin. Everything was perfect there because I love doing switch backside, so I love that spot. The curved one at the bottom, all the way in the back. Yeah. I did a fucking nollie back nose grind pop out. That one was the best one. I'm just gonna admit where we really got it. Jerry Fowler, I saw in a 4-on-1. That's where I saw him do it at Chafee in LA. And me and Anthony Pablo, we just kept running with it. And then Fat Bill told me that Brian Lottie did one in Plan B video. just threw the back, switch back 180s into it and the front shoves and switch, and I don't know. People are still doing them. Pretty funny. My favorite video is Mouse. And at that point, which is tweaked, everybody's favorite part in that video is Costin, and for some reason I gravitated right towards Mariano immediately. He was always my favorite, even when like people didn't really even understand if he was regular or goofy. And I loved how he skated different shoes the whole part. That was a plus. Yeah, I used to buy links. Yeah, and half calves. That's about it, man. Timberland boots.
I saw that footage of you in that skate park.
Yeah, blunt to fake. Shit, first memory. Uh-oh. First memory was actually being a little scared because I came from around my area just skating alone, and then I just flew in there by myself at like 14, took the train up alone. I met Ian Reed that day because he was from Brooklyn, and he was backside 180 heeling off the curb over there by the wall in Charles Barkley's. And then we became best friends. That was my first day going there. Yeah. I Benny Hanna'd the wall. I remember Benny Hanning down the steps at the Brooklyn Banks, the big ass knot. That would be like a California 14. And Stevie was there. And it was like when he was just on flow for DC. And I'm sitting there actually killing myself. Benny Hanna and dying, blood coming off the side of my face, bleeding everywhere. And like he's down there looking at me like I'm out of my mind. And then fast forward like 5 years or even less, 3 years later, touring the world with him to do the DC premiere. It was pretty hilarious. He did, but I had to bring it up. Oh man, it's a good one because we started off in New York City, and then we started doing back and forth, stay in Philly for 2 weeks, come back. But then eventually it got so ridiculous, like how much better it was as a small city in Philly, that we just started skating Philly, and nobody would come to Philly from New York. The New York guys would never go. So there was way more to get done. I feel like there was more competition to get you better as a person, not competition on like who's getting more footage, but Low Park. City Hall's fun though. That bench at the bottom was real fun. The little guy. Yeah, let's get on a different topic. When he first called my house looking for me, he called himself the Kalis. My old man answered the phone and I wasn't home. I was out skating, and he's like, yo, this the Kalis. And my dad was like, who the fuck is the Kalis? I remember he slept in my brother's room, and there was a huge poster of him on the wall. That was pretty awkward. Face tats and blonde hair. One of my best friends and a true maniac, NJ Scum. Skater of the year this year, or was it 2015? He's 38, 39 years old. That's absolutely ridiculous that he can pull it off at that age. I think he's the last of the real deal street skaters. The best skater out of Long Island, him and Gino. I don't think people understand how good he is as a technical skater whatsoever. And just a quiet dude. Keenan Milton, never met him. Switch flip over the table off flat. And switch crooks in the line. And then the way he's the only one that can get away with pushing switch Mongo. And that switch pop shove it. Before I even came to New York when I was 13 or 14, when I first started going up there by myself, I was already pushing switch, switch, because we got it from Eastern Exposure, from a Sub-Zero video. Because Freddie would do it, Maryse and Ricky, everybody. And I remember first time going to Cali, everybody was like, how do you do that? Biggest waste of money. Club Baghdad in Barcelona, Spain. It was a live sex show / all this other stuff going on. And we were in Barcelona. Bottle of Moet was about 400 euros. I bought like 5 bottles of Moet. I'm not even gonna tell you who I was with, but Freddie was on the live. If you go in, it's 80 euros to get in. If you go in, and there's a spinning ottoman, and he was on the ottoman while it's spinning around like this, smoking a blunt, getting a blowjob from a hooker. So that night ended in about 15 grand, but other than that, just cars. That was the stupidest shit, cars. Paying for other people to live a life I'm living, which was my worst idea. Save your money, young boys. There's no 401k for skateboarding. A combination of the soul comes from the Howards, the Rick Howards when he was on DC, and the upper comes from the Lynx, and it's just a combination of both. And this was the first one. The first one was black and purple, but
Wasn't it brown too?
brown, yeah. I got those in my house. I got all of them. They had NJ, we got NJ ones, and then I had a second one coming, but it just never came out. This shoe did really well, actually. Yeah. This was my last goal of my life, actually. I think I was 25 when I got it, and that was the last goal I had on my list of my life to do, was this thing. I think this was my biggest accomplishment. Fuck, it was the worst decision of my goddamn life, quitting Habitat, signing that other contract. But I got to say I skated for the best company in the world, Plan B. But quitting was, I called Chris Carter, the owner, and I was like, sorry, blah, blah, blah. And then once it started kicking in, dude, Plan B was a whole nother monster to ride for. I should have stayed on Habitat. It was more like a mom and pop feel, family. Like if you got locked up, Carter would pay bail, pay for a lawyer. That ain't happening anywhere else. Yup. Tim, Freddie, Kerry. That's about it. Danny Garcia, he was a good friend. Yeah, still is. I love that dude. I don't even know if he skates anymore, but. Mosaic, this is Pablo's best video part, I think. PJ Ladd's house in like 2008 in Hollywood. Not really, because I had to film for the DC part. I took the DC video a lot more serious. So me and Tim splitting on this was kind of like my B-roll footage. So I wasn't psyched on it, but it's just cool to be a part of it. Danny Renaud. I had to go on a Habitat trip for this video to Spain, to Barcelona, and I did a line, half cab crook, at parallel, come back out forward, and then switch back 180, nose manual, half cab out or whatever, nollie 180 out. And I was begging for them to give it to DC video, and they're like, nope, and that shit bummed me out. That was my first and last memory of film for the video. 2 video parts at once it's hard for anybody. It's like dropping it out, 2 albums at the same time. Me and my man Rich, we were in a bar called the Sitting Duck, and we had about fucking hundreds of names. It has nothing to do with fucking jail or any of that shit. It just, 3 tricks in a row, you get them on flat ground, 3 tricks in a row, and you got them on lockdown. You got something to wake up for every day and just try to promote this little company we got from the ground up. This is never, you filming? This has never seen the switchback tail at the courthouse into the bank off the drop. It's never seen the light of day till today. What? Holy shit. What the fuck happened to the footage of this? Got a broken arm and everything. Man, that was the glory days right there. This is a funny one. This is in Long Island. Nollie front crook. With the link. Yes, I do. With the links on. Yup. Anthony killed that spot. That was great. You guys got tons of footage. Who is that kid? John? Yeah, John. This is me as a young boy out in New York. This is me and Anthony. We're both wearing links, but that was the best one, though. Fuck yeah. I'd like to have a copy of this.
You want it?
Yeah. Can I have that? Oh, appreciate it. I got something out of this. It was Eddie Ratighi. Yeah, Eddie. I started skating when I was like, what, 5 or something? Yeah. He was acting mellow when I saw him. Yeah, he's a sick skater.